Good morning everyone. Welcome back to grade 4 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? So I hope you all are clear with the concepts and the exercises that we learned in chapter 7. So today we'll have a revision session. All of you please turn to page number 113 where you'll see the questions from revision station. So let's see the first question. Draw line segments of the following measures using a ruler. So what is a line segment? A line segment is a part of a line which has two endpoints and a definite length which we can measure using a ruler. We have already learned how we can draw line segments using a ruler. So as a revision, we'll work out the first question here in class and the rest of the questions you have to do yourself in your notebook. So what's the first question? Given the length of the line segment is 4 cm, 6 mm. So I hope you have your ruler, a pencil and your notebook with you ready. So what is the first step? Keep the ruler properly in your notebook. Now take your pencil and where do you start measuring? You have to start measuring from the zero marking on the ruler. So you have to put a point corresponding to the zero mark of the ruler in your notebook. Then you can name that as, let it be A. You can name it anything. I'm going to name it like A. Given the measurement of the line segment 4 cm, 6 mm. So let's take that measurement on the ruler. So here it corresponds to 4 cm. And what about 6 mm? Between 4 and 5 you can see 10 divisions. And in the middle of 4 cm and 5 cm, you can see 4 cm, 5 mm mark. The first division after that is 4 cm, 6 mm. You have to put a point corresponding to that measurement there in your notebook. Then you have to name that point. I'm naming it as P. Now the next step is to join the 2 points using ruler and the pencil. Now let's join the 2 points. That would be so here you can see a line segment AB which measures a length of AB is equal to 4 cm 6 mm and you can write the measurement there and don't forget to put the line above AB which means AB is a line segment. Now similarly, you can finish the rest of the questions from that same question number 1. Now let's move on to the next question, question number 2. Classify as an open curve or a closed curve. So what do you mean by an open and closed curve? An open curve means the curve starts at a point and it ends at some other point. It's not coming back to its initial position. And if the curve starts and ends at the same point, it is called a closed curve. So here you have a set of 5 questions or 5 figures. You have to identify each of them as open or closed. Do this as an activity now. Please pause the video, identify each of the curves given here and then come back. Hope you're done with that. Now let's see which one is open and which one is a closed curve. Question A, is that open or closed? That is an open curve and it is a simple open curve. Means the line do not cross at anywhere, at any point. The second one is a closed curve and it is a simple closed curve. The next one is also a closed curve. The next one D is an open curve and the last one E is also an open curve. I hope you got all the answers correct. Now let's move on to the third question. Draw 3 different polygons with each one having 4 sides. So what do you mean by a polygon? A polygon is a closed plane shape or a flat shape which is made up of 3 or more line segments. And when you're having a polygon with 4 sides, what do you call it? We call that polygon a quadrilateral. The word quad means 4 and lateral means sides. So quadrilateral means having 4 sides. Now, a quadrilateral has 4 sides and it is a 2-dimensional or a flat shape and it is a closed plane shape. It is a closed shape or closed figure which means the lines join up. You can start and finish drawing the polygon from the same point. So the lines join up and it also has straight sides. Now, using 4 lines or 4 sides, you can draw a polygon in different ways. Here I am just showing some suggestions. These are just a few suggestions for drawing polygon or quadrilateral with 4 sides. See, these 3, 1, 2 and 3, these 3 are simple closed polygons, whereas the last one is a complex one because the lines or the sides cross each other. So these are just some suggestions. You can draw your own 4-sided polygons in your notebook. Now, let's see the next question. Draw circles with the given radii. So what do you mean by radii? Radii is the plural of the word radius. Radius is the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the boundary of the circle. And a circle can have any number of radii. We've already seen how we can draw circles using a compass and a ruler. So the first question here is you have to draw a circle with radius 3 cm. Let's work out that question here in class, and then the rest of the questions you have to do yourself in your notebook. So a circle with radius 3 cm. What are the steps? The first step is to draw a line segment with the ruler and the pencil, and this is going to be the radius of the circle. So let's take the ruler, place it in your notebook properly. So the first step is to put a mark corresponding to the 0 marking of the ruler. So there in your notebook, put a mark corresponding to the 0 mark on the ruler and let it be point O. Now you have to measure 3 centimeters with the ruler, which is the radius of the circle. So I am putting a mark at the point where it measures 3 centimeter and I am going to name it A. We can name it anything. Now the next step is to join the 2 points. Now you get the radius of the circle and it's equal to OA is equal to 3 centimeter. Now the next step is to place the compass in the proper way. To take the compass and make sure the pointed metal line coincides with one of the endpoints of the line segment, and you have to stretch the other arm of the compass where it holds the pencil. You have to stretch the other arm to a distance which is equal to 3 centimeter in this case. So you are measuring the radius of the circle. Make sure you have the metal pointed end and the tip of the pencil at the same level so that you can draw the circle properly. Now, the next step is to hold the compass at the hold intact. Then you have to rotate it holding the top of the compass. You have to rotate the compass to draw the complete circle. So now we have a circle. We have drawn a circle using the compass which measures a radius 3 centimeter. So I hope you are clear with this. Now similarly, you can complete drawing other circles of the given radii in your notebook. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Draw nets of the following shapes. And what do you mean by a net? A net of a 3D shape is a 2-dimensional or 2D pattern that you get when you unfold the 3D shape or when you cut open the 3D shape. And we know for the same object you can have different nets. So here you are asked to draw the nets of different solids such as the cube, cuboid, cone and cylinder. Let's see the first one, cube. For a cube, there are a total of 11 nets possible. And you can see the different nets of a cube. You can draw these nets in your notebook. Now, let's see the nets of a cuboid. I'm just showing here a few of the nets of a cuboid. You can draw more nets for the cuboid. These are just 3 of the possible nets of a cuboid. Here you have one net, here you have the next, and here you have another net. Now let's see the third one. There we are asked to draw the net of a cone. So what is a cone? A cone is a shape which has, it's a 3D shape which has a flat base which is circular, and it has a curved face or curved surface. So there is one flat surface or flat face, and there is a curved face, and it has a point which is called the vertex. So when you cut open a cone along its sides, you'll get a shape like this. And when you cut open the circular base which is flat, you get something like this. So together the net of a cone will look like this. And what about the net of a cylinder? A cylinder has one curved face and two flat faces which are circular in shape. When you cut open the curved surface of the cylinder, when you unfold it, you are going to get a rectangle. When you unfold the flat faces, just circular, you are going to get these two circles. So this is the net of a cylinder. So you see how these 3D shapes were unfolded to get 2D patterns. And these 2D patterns are called nets of the solids. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. Draw the following solid shapes. Mark and write the number of corners, edges and faces of cuboid, cone, cylinder and cube. Let's have a look at these shapes. Here you have the cuboid, and you see how many faces are there for the cuboid. It has got 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices or corners. Similarly, you can see the cone, cylinder and cube here. You have to draw each of these shapes in your notebook, and for each shape you have to write what is the number of faces, number of vertices or corners and the number of edges in each case. So I hope you are clear with this. Now let's move on to the 7th question. Draw top view, front view and side view of the following shapes, following solid shapes. You can see 4 figures here or 4 different arrangements of cubes here. You've already seen what is the front view, side view and top view of a 3D object. So when you view something from the front, it's called the front view or the front elevation. When you view it from the top, it's called the top view or the plan. When you view it from the sides, it's called the side view or the side elevation. So you have to visualize or imagine how these objects given here are going to look when you are viewing it from the front, top and sides. Then you have to draw that in your notebook. The first question we'll do here in class itself. So question A, this is the figure for question A. So how would the figure look, or how would this arrangement look when you're viewing it from the top? You'll be able to see this cube and this cube, not this cube. So the top view will look like this. And what if you are viewing it from the front? You're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cubes which look like this. Now the side, from the side, if you are viewing it from this side or this side, the left or the right, you are going to view a side view like this. You are going to see 2 cubes, these 2 cubes or these 2 cubes and not the one in the middle. So your side view will look like this. Similarly, please complete the other questions as well in your notebook. Now the next question, find the diameter of a circle if the radius is, and you are given 6 questions along with it. Question A to F. So we already know, we have learned the diameter. What do you mean by the diameter? You've already learned when you draw a line connecting 2 points on the boundary of a circle, you call that as a chord. When you draw a chord such that it passes through the center of the circle, connecting 2 points on the boundary, and the line passes through the center of the circle, you call that chord as the diameter of the circle, and it is the longest chord of a circle. We can draw any number of diameters in a circle, and we have already seen how the diameter of a circle equals to twice the radius of it. So we know diameter equal to 2 times or twice the given radius. If that is the case, let's work out the first question. Question A, 4 cm. What if a circle has the radius 4 centimeter. What would be its diameter? The diameter would be 2 times the radius or 2r. Here it is 2 times 4 and that is equal to 8 centimeter. So a circle with radius 4 centimeter will have the diameter 8 centimeter. Clear? Let's move on to the next question. We have a word problem here. The radius of the circular bottom of a flower pot is 19 centimeter. Find its diameter. So you are given the radius of the base of a flower pot and it is 19 centimeter. You have to find its diameter. So we know the diameter of a circle is equal to twice its radius. So from the data given in the question, let's write down the steps. The radius of the bottom of the flower pot is equal to 19 centimeter. Diameter is equal to 2 times radius, which is equal to 2 into 19 and that's equal to 38 centimeters. So the diameter of the bottom of the flower pot will be 38 centimeter. Now let's see the last question. Question number 10. The diameter of a giant wheel is 30 meter. What will be its radius? So we know diameter is equal to twice the radius. So what if we are given the diameter? How will we find out the radius? If diameter is twice the radius, radius will be half of the diameter, right? So given the diameter of the giant wheel is equal to 30 meter, the radius would be half of 30 meter or 30 meter divided by 2. Let's write out the steps. Diameter of the giant wheel is equal to 30 meter and the radius will be equal to diameter by 2 or half of diameter, which is equal to 30 divided by 2 and that is equal to 15 meter. So the radius of the giant wheel would be 15 meter. Hope you are clear with all the questions. Please complete the questions which you were asked to work out in your notebook from this section. I hope all the concepts you learned in this chapter are clear to you. Please revise or please go through all the concepts and the exercise we learned in this chapter once again. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, bye.